Good afternoon, सबको मेरा नमस्कार. This is International Master and FIDE Senior Trainer Sekhar Sahu welcomes you on behalf of Sports Authority of Gujarat and Gujarat State Association to this intermediate training session. So I will be covering the last phase of the introduction of King's Indian. Hello ANV, hello Vassal Parik Devars, then Mukund Agrawal, Maulik Bhai Rawal, Ramakrishna, Clara Alonso, Tirth Parmar, Dina Patel, all are welcome. Tanmay Azmera. So in this particular session, I will cover this four or five variations after D4, knight f6, C4, G6, knight C3, BG7, E4, D6. Now knight f3, castle, bishop E2, E5. The main position, this is known as Martel Plata variation. Now castle, knight, so push, this is the main position. In this particular position, white can play b4. This is known as bayonet attack. Bayonet attack. So I will discuss this one diagram. Then I will discuss also here knight d2. Here knight e7, knight d2. This is known as Pano variation. This is known as Pano. P-A-N-N-O. Oscar Pano. Pano variation. And this is known as bayonet. Bayonet variation. Okay, and then there is another line here, that is knight e1. Okay, in this position, this is Korchnoi. This is Korchnoi line, and this is the main line. So in this Korchnoi variation, the move is like knight d7, and he plays bishop e3, then f5, f3, f4, bishop f2, and the game goes on. So this is one type of plan. Now whites race on the queen side and blacks storm on the king side. It is like a race, who is coming faster. In this particular line, there is some deviation. For example, when you play, I can play knight to d7, and instead of playing this, he may play also bishop d2. This is also interesting. Belyavsky Belyavsky started because he thought that B3, BF2, why all this? Just make one move, sub D2. That is also some variation. And apart from this, now here in the you can also play uh, here. No, F3 here, F3 and F5, G4. This is also interesting line. So, because this is rather more dull and droice, so I will discuss this type of position. I will discuss Pano. I will discuss Korchnoi. And also here, apart from that, there is another move, King H1. A waiting move. The main idea of the move, that the king goes, so he wants to open the G line actually. The event when you play F5, take. So it is a more or less a waiting move. So these four diagrams I will discuss now one by one. Let us go to the king h1 waiting. Mainly the idea, nowadays so much preparation is there. People come prepared with data, computer, engine. So this takes away all their preparation off. More they have to on their own most of the time. There is not much theory here. It is a sort of waiting move and trying to take the opponent off the book. उसका preparation से बाहर लेना है. Not bad. It's a good idea. How to play black? I will discuss first this variation. King h1, then b4, and d2, and then ne1. So let us go to king h1. Hello, Akshar Zala, Ramakrishna. Yes, let me finish this. I will do your doubt, but let me finish this introduction because already I have taken so many sessions on King's Indian. I must finish today. Let it be late. I will finish this King's Indian. Then go to theory from tomorrow. King's Indian theory. Hello, Birabhadra Singh. So I selected two games. Now, first game is of Gavin Jones. So here, there are other king. There is King H8 is a popular move here. Idea knight g8 and then f5, knight e8 and f5. But there is no need to commit this move. This is okay, not a bad move. So here, bishop d7 is correct because black wants white to clarify. You open your card. What do you want? You want b4, you play the bayonet attack. You want nd2, you play the pano. What do you? White must now commit. So it is a flexible move and a good one. So here 91. So he goes for Korchnoi. 98. Now f5. f3. Now f4. I think black has initiated. The position, if you look at the position in Korchnoi variation, white does not play king h1. And black has made all normal moves. So I think the position is slightly preferable compared to the main line of Korchnoi. Now there is no attack. The d6 point is well guarded. There is no need, there is no need to make a prophylactic move because it is unlike I'm not black is not going to take it. So this is very difficult to open. So there is no need to waste time at the moment. Now pawn into is possible, but black wants to activate. No problem. This is no problem. Straight is going for mating attack because bishop is alive on the board. When you play queen h5, he will play and then sacrifice will come. So I think this is calculation is correct. Bishop into rook. There is a mate threat. So if you play pawn s3, this seems to be the only move. Bishop takes pawn. Cannot stop discover attack. Double check and mate. So he cannot take the rook. That means at the moment he must play for defense. Now, of course, you can play other moves, but this is not great at the moment. He has got s3. So forced. Otherwise, you lose a piece anyway. Piece down. Is a piece down. I think the bishop is trapped, doubly attacked, and lost. So this bd7 is a good idea, you know, by Gavin Jones. I like king h1, waiting move. This is a perfect move. The main line of Korchnoi, it turns out to be a plus. Even though you play Pano, this is an excellent developing move. So the other alternative is to play king h8, which is not bad. The old move. The older move was king h8. Idea knight g8 and open up. Now f5. Now this is not going to do. The main idea he wants to use the g file. Anyway f5. I want to ensure knight b4, knight coming to c5, secure. You cannot give the best minor piece. This is the best minor piece of white. ये तो bad bishop है और ये passively placed है. So bishop of knight is not advisable. So this is the whole idea. Knight coming to g8 and exchange the bad bishop. This is the only bad piece in the black camp. ये एक ही bad piece है. कोई bad piece ही नहीं रहेगा. So black has better pieces and also a king side play. So I think the position old main line, but here I prefer the bishop d7, the modern approach. Okay, so I will not go further. So in this position, there are two lines here. On king h1, yeah, one is king h8, other is to play bishop d7. I recommend bishop d7. This is because on king h8, suppose you play pano, then you have not gained anything. So it is an improvement. Suppose you play king h8, he will play pano, then it is actually preferable because the king going away from the diagonal is a good thing for white. That is why though this king h8 is a good move, and my recommendation is bishop d7. Nice position. You play pano or Korsune, I have one. You play bayonet also, it is a good move. Knight h5. So the remaining three diagrams I will discuss. Hello, Christoph Saha, Virabhadra Singh. Yeah. So the second diagram is I will go to the bayonet attack. Bayonet, like a rifle. So knight c6. This is the main position. So this is called bayonet. One, then this is pano, and this is korchnoi. So let's deal with b4. Now bayonet attack is very fast. It is coming. He wants to open line. He is in a hurry. He wants to capture target d6, target c7. So why black can play either a5, so that now if you play b5, everything is closed. If you play b5, this is all closed. So that's what black wants. Everything is good, and he'll start kingside operation very freely. That is why he may play here. Now suppose pawn into pawn. Now in this case, rook into pawn. Now bishop will come. I mean pawn be a4, and the bishop comes into action. Bishop comes into action. Open up the position. I recommend here this is a very sharp line a5, which is not bad in my opinion. That you need a lot of calculation and also theory. I suggest the other safer alternative, the second choice. I want to come to f4, and I am ready immediate for f5 break. Action. Bo g3 he can stop me g3. He can play rook e1, so that on knight f4 bishop on this knight f4 he can save the bishop. This is one. He can play g3, or alternately he can play some move like ng5. He can play c5. So let us examine the bayonet attack. My suggestion, knight h5. Why don't Indian understand King's Indian? Basically, they because engine is good only in calculation and attack when there is sacrifice, counting. If you give material, it will know how to defend, where to exchange. So King's Indian is very complex. It can go sometime in Royal Lopez way. Sometime King's Indian, Royal Lopez, they are almost of similar strategy. The, the pawns are moving, and it is giving complex character. A lot of positional things comes. So engine is not that great. In a open position, Sicilian engine is very strong because it can calculate quicker and faster than any grandmaster. Okay, now here let's see how many games I have selected on b4 knight h5. Okay, I selected all these games. For example, now if you play g3, knight f5, the correct move is rook e1, which is the main line to make a room for the bishop. So let us say he plays g3. Idea is stopping, but it creates a weakness. I can play f5, f4. I can go directly also. I can go directly or past f5, f4 directly. Now, why this move? If immediate f5, knight g4 is a troublesome. Knight g4 is giving me trouble. So Just a minute. So here, this is next move. I will move the knight and play f5. I will move the knight and then f5. Exchanging the bishop actually is useful for white. White is cramped, so black wants to come. Now you can see the knight plight is miserable. You have to take, otherwise pawn f4 is very annoying, completely restricting white's minor pieces. So after you take, I get life. ND4 is coming. It is clearly now black has got lot of activity. I will not push further. Please make a note that G3 is not the best way. And I will show you a modern game on G3. I mean, the treatment of a modern player. This was a game of 1973. Both Purana, though it is a good game, I picked up, but modern game in this is even wonderful. For example, G3. This is Ivan Sarik, a very young grandmaster. Okay, so here f5. Bishop g3, there is no need. No need. This is a good move. But because then you have to play a move like h6. So this is faster. Now I don't need to play h6. Knight can enter. Absolutely no harm. No harm. After knight e6, that you may lose the pawn. Knight e6 is bad move. First of all, e4 you will lose, and that e6 pawn in trouble. I will take bishop into e6 and play c6. So becomes bishop. Again a prophylactic. I must tell you here that if you play knight, take, take, and now when you try to take the pawn, the queen is coming to give trouble on the diagonal. Some c4, c5, idea bishop c4 will come. So, and immediately come, the knight d5 is coming. I cannot take that owing to a fork. Fork. So, a prophylactic move here, a prophylactic move. Idea, now I am ready to take and there is no tactical tricks will come. Think I don't know why it is a very strong grandmaster. So this move seems to be the c5. Once you play b5, you are giving up the possibility of c5 break. So I don't know how far how good it is. This is bad. This is bad. You play then bishop takes pawn, rook takes pawn. It's good. I keep the position closed. So you have to play here a4. Take, take, take. Black stands better. No ND5 now. Now ND5 is not there. You have to take the center is strong. Black has a better center, better structure, and a ready-made target. Now pawn queen into pawn. ठीक है ये तो minus हो गया position is bad. So this two games I showed you, I recommend you Sarik's game. Sarik what is played here b4 bayonet attack knight h5 and g3 simply f5. No need to make h6. This is excellent. So I leave the bayonet g3 line. Okay, I go to other lines. Now normal the standard move here that he can go for a quick c5. When you play knight h5, these are the two main. Rook comes here, invariably players the rook to save the bishop. The other alternative is to play immediate c5. Now if you play immediate c5, I can play knight f4 or f5. Even this is a good move. This is also a good move. I want to take one of the bishop. Whichever bishop you give is good for black. So he plays f5. Threat, you are forced to take pawn into f5. Black, now white has to take f5 pawn. Okay, now if you take, black stands better. You can see that the rook line, f line is opened up. This line is opened up. And now square. These knights are ready. I think black position is preferable. Okay, there is a weakness in black camp, the e6 point, but there is little chance that white piece can come there. Yes, d6 back weak pawn, but there is no time. So black is having a better position. Attack is coming. You cannot play g3 white. Threat is coming. So minus plus because white square and the two rook and queen rook and two knights finish. So it is actually natural. There are so many other ways to play also, not necessarily this move. So already I like the maneuver I picked up because this wonderful maneuver. Bishop into f5, you will have a positional big advantage. bf5. So excellent game by Kuprichik. That what it transpires that when you play direct c5, knight f5, so knight h5, when you play c5, f5, and then knight f4 gives excellent game with the further advance of g5. Grandmaster Kuprichik, the man who first sacrifices then thinks, used to do, was a very strong tactician and attacking player. Okay, now Kuprichik, rook e1 is main line. Okay, idea giving a room for the bishop at f1. Surrender one of the bishop. Black diagonal open. It is enough. Even if you are a pawn down, sufficient compensation. Color complex आ गया. Now bishop at e5 will post it. This thing will not take. And now, how should white black play now? The position is minus plus. But what should you do? Hello, Parvat Thakkar and Nandini Mudaliar. Welcome. The point is, all your pieces must join the attack. So, rook f5, good move. I cut down the queen's mobility. Number one. And also putting pressure. That means this is a redundant knight now. This is a redundant knight. And if you play knight e6, good chances you will be pawn down. And now you will be pawn down. You cannot move the knight to defend the pawn. Then rook will come, f3 will come, rook will come. Big initiative. So, for example, okay, I will just give an illustration. If you play like this, and now g3 will come. You can't take that pawn. You cannot take that pawn. This will come. Even this is coming. Plus. This is also a plus. So it is bad to move the knight from center and one pawn I will pick up. कुछ नहीं है. No further progress. It is rook is like a rock. ये पहाड़ जैसा है. This is like a hill. You can't touch that. No pawn, no bishop, no knight. Dina से rook f5. Correct answer, Dina Patel. Congratulations. When we see a sacrifice, would you recommend to go with it in non-serious game? Yes, very much. When you are playing a casual game, then you should actually play fearlessly. You should always examine, test yourself. Casual games, you should always try a sacrifice, thrill, because in tournament you have to worry about the result. Here, result is not so important. So you should always test your calculating ability, your imagination. So you should sacrifice, and you should be ready to defend. You grab material, opponent will attack. To increase your defensive skill. Yeah, rook f5. ये तो गया, completely gone. That means re1 here if you play re1, this is then f5, and you play knight f4. Bishop f1 is, it's a possibility. This is possibility. In this case, I will play h6. You play, I'm going to play h6. So this is just a bad position. Nice position for you. Okay, another couple of games of Kuprichik. Then I will take it to the modern games in this line. Kupri, Kuprichik. Good. The reason is now you cannot play a3, so he takes advantage of this to completely, I mean, destroy the structure. Forced. Good. No problem. I get time because the two pieces are hanging C line. I get time. Okay, he will take bishop takes pawn and bishop into. I will take both. Suppose bishop takes pawn and queen c4. Queen c4. No problem. Now black king is even more safe and he has a free hand for attack. Otherwise, queen into. This is bishop takes pawn, queen into is very strong. The idea is now he's preparing a betting combination. 1, 2 are watching. That means a mating combination will come. Soon, very soon. Whatever way you play, it is lost. Now, if you play king into, you will win the queen and take the queen and material up. And if you take rook into, it's a checkmate. If you take rook into, this is what two move mate in two. So this also does not serve well for white. So this is a good line also. Okay, I will go to the opening again. So here, bayonet, knight h5. There are two plans. You can play f5, sorry, c5 or rook e1. g3 is not good. That Sarik's game is good. I won Sarik's, I showed you. So here, let us see another game by Victor Bhai Kuprichik. It's a good game. Black better. Opening the f line. Necessary because you can't allow the pawns rolling in center. That's too much. So stops. Pawn down. अब क्या देखो? No activity. And I will return to the f line. Extra pawn and no apparent plan for white. C line. Oh, whatever you do, it is trouble. It is trouble. Only move. Only move. Rather only move. अभी बेटा क्वीन एंड रूक 8th रैंक में घुस गया but it is the instructive. I like the finish. I like the finish also. So I will show you. कुछ नहीं है. No further activity. You cannot play bishop s3 because after queen bishop s3 is losing also. He played knight into rook. तो bishop s3 अभी queen into मारेंगे कुछ नहीं होगा. Bishop h3, queen takes knight. So check, check. Now mate, idea rook coming, check, check. And after this, the finish. Rook h2, finish. Idea queen g2 and queen h3. Okay, this is so. These are the main lines. What I am showing you, it is almost coming in main tournaments nowadays. This sort of variation. I mean, this is the main position. E b to e5, knight c6. This is the main position. Now b4. Let's have a look at Zero. Mark Queen and Alexis Zero. So knight h5. It is premature. This activity is premature. Now I will again return to knight h4. Knight h5 once again. Black has got better attacking chances. After if white plays g4, I will return and open the h5. Now h5 will open up. Okay, this is not a problem. Not a problem. You see, you don't need to go mechanically. आपको ये जान एक एक मूव मॉडर्न ग्रैंड मास्टर दे वैल्यू ए वन मूव वेरी सीरियसली. आपको ये प्रोफिलैक्टिक मूव का कोई जरूरत नहीं है. अभी मैं थ्रेट दे रहा हूं. अभी आप ये ओपन करो और गार्ड करो. ये थ्रेट आ गया, भगाएगा उसको. So c5 idea, if you play nd4, check and I'll take a piece. Okay, you gave a threat, I respect. I move. Now you better defend nd4. डिफेंड करो. अभी ये सब पीछे 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 जाएगा, क्या होगा? सब पीछे भगाएगा. नेक्स्ट मूव जाओ. Another move, he could have played b5 also, but this is minus plus. Central knight posted. Posted knight in center. The king side is white king side is very dubious. ये गया, ये पोजीशन 12 का भाव में जाएगा. 12 का भाव मीन्स बेट 1 to 12. दैट इज कॉल्ड 12 का भाव में जाएगा. ये बॉम्बे का टॉपरी लैंग्वेज में. One or two more questions from this, because this is many people play bayonet. I like the way Gary Bhai Kasparov played. Fantastic game, fantastic conception and arrangement. Here white is Gata Kamaski, black is Kasparov. और उनका गेम बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग होता है क्योंकि रिलेशन अच्छा नहीं था, तो एक दूसरे को किसी भी हालत में मारना चाहते हैं. चेस बोर्ड पे है, नॉट फिजिकली. चेस बोर्ड पे मारना चाहता है चेस में. So the game becomes ultra sharp and better prepared player Gary Bhai Kasparov wins very nicely. Black diagonal open हो गया. RC1. Now want to open the A5. The advantage is now I want to attack. For example, I want to play F5, open the game. I want to play H6, G5. These are the plan. H6, G5, NG6, NE5, G4. But don't you think the rook open will help later on? So this is good move. A3, take, F5 open. If you play A3, I will have a ready-made open and then the king side attack normal. Take, take. Then I will play A3, H6, G5, then NG6, G4. This plan, and rook is joining later on very strongly. So instead of playing here A3, Gata took pawn into pawn. He wants to exploit the D4 weakness. करो, how? think this going out of control. The position is going out of control because a file has been opened. The rook into b7 and the rook will not have any activity on 7th rank. Rook on 7th rank is good if the 7th rank is clear and another piece is joining. Here the rook on 7th rank will do nothing. Posted. Now this is a dummy. At the moment this is doing nothing. Absolutely no activity. And rather subject to attack. Rather he is subject to attack. Subject to attack at some point. I have not yet started. It will come. Then second thing, the rook is ready now. That means the queen can come. If the rook into pawn, queen f5 will come. So the position is of color complex and it is good. You cannot take e7, knight will fall. Now take, knight is attacked. The endgame is very bad because a stupid piece. The knight is vastly superior. Look into knight, then bishop into, that black bishop is doing a job. The helping the attack also a pass pawn also. So this is just bad. One-sided story. This is one-sided. Knight is better than bishop. And Kasparov really played a marvelous game. So my topic is King's Indian, but I must show the full game because what a conception of rook and knight versus rook and bishop. The good knight and bad bishop. Posted. Rook. Idea double the rook. What a knight. Very well played. Not allowing the king to come. Double. Now, the conception is very important. The position is winning. This is a target now. That means you sacrifice and one of the rook will come. One of the rook will come to attack. Thereafter, I will come to H line. Preferably, the rook in the white square. I should bring the rook on the white square because this rook is very safe. So, check. Mate. There is no time for. I want to give checkmate. 1-2. Rook check, mate. Only move. Mate threat. Only move. Now, bishop attack. Only move. You cannot move. There is no square for the bishop. The only move. Rook into. Idea mate. Rook into. Check. Check. Now, idea. This is a very interesting way. You know. Now, the point is the king comes for the weakness. What a wonderful way. He will enter here. He will enter here. Gary, Gary, why? He has mastered this kind of positions. Mating attack with little material. कुछ ध्यान नहीं देना इधर हो गया काम. He has to surrender the rook to avoid mate. अभी queen into pawn, king into pawn, idea rook g4 mate. So he has to compel to give. कुछ नहीं बचे. Fine game. So, but anyway, this ending, what I mean to say the game here that this ideal setup that p4, I mean, this is good position. Then a modern game, this one also I liked. Any question? Any question? You are free to ask me. Today, I do not get many questions on the variation. You are free to ask me because I am telling it should not be one-sided. Interaction is good idea. Okay, I will ask you questions. From this game onwards, I will ask you questions. No question because knight is double at knight comes back. Now, how should black play now? Yeah, a5. a5 is a good move. There are several good moves. You have got a5 good move. You can play h6 good move. You can play knight h5 good move. There are a lot of good moves. So he plays king h8. a5 is not a bad move. I would say this is also a good move. Okay. No, he will in this case, black will white will keep open. He will not play b5. He cannot, so he has to take the pawn. So this is a good move. But my intention, I recommend whole variation on the beginning b4. Here only if I can play a5. There are two choices. I can either look for this variation or this two variations. One of the idea. So I don't want to play anything. My pawn structure is good. So let white struggle to open. So I want to avoid that a5 move and go knight h5. So I would say that at this point I go back. I don't want to enter a5 again. It is a possible. It is not a bad move. Ramakrishna, your move is not bad. But I do not. I recommend keep the position as much intact the pawn structure. So king h8 is a good move. Waiting, and now the threat has come. What is the threat? Pawn f4. Suppose you take my knight check, you can take, the bishop will remain trapped. So I will keep on advancing quickly. Now you have taken, but now f4. Suddenly the bishop is now having no good square. Now it will give me very quick rush. I will get 2-3 tempos for the pawn. So forced, 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 a series of force moves. So this gives lot of time for the attack. Now whether you go to h1, f1, it doesn't matter. Attack will come now. Nothing can stop black attack. How many? You have got five. One, two, three, four, five pieces against the king. And he has not even prepared. Even if you take, you need to bring rook coming, knight coming, too much time. So, कुछ नहीं होगा अभी. Now you are forced. गया, खत्म हो गया. ये तो मेट हो जाएगा. पक्कू, मेट पक्कू. Okay, now black to play. Find out how to play. Max c6 break. No, no, no. Don't open c6. That is what white wants. Lot of opening on queen side. No, now how should black continue the game? I will write back. Think again. What will you do now as black? Yes. So correct move by Tirth Parmar, correct move. Rook G2. No, knight comes. This is finished. Now you cannot accept that because queen will lost and king cannot move. So knight n2 and queen h4. Unstoppable. Knight n2 and queen h4. It is crushing. Crushing. Oh yeah. Abhi queen into h2 is unstoppable. Finish. Queen check. Game over. Whatever you do, it is losing lot of material. Okay, whatever you do, you play king into also is lost. Rook into is also lost. Okay, so I leave this. So this is a nice way to play modern game. And this is Raja Bhav. This is the last variation in this bayonet attack. Knight f6. So Sirov's knight h5 is also good one. This is also a good one. But this is scientific. Want to go away from that diagonal and ready to now for a quick attack. I think the position is there is no. I don't think any attack. I mean, white can do anything for the black coming attack. So this is the best. This is the best white is doing to open up quickly. We have seen the game Kamaski and Kasparov. Bishop into f4 is bad. We have seen that bf4 gave too much of play to black bishop. So ये तो गया. Now whether you play g3 or not, attack is just coming. Next queen e7, rook d8. Queen e7 I will not play. Of course, I will not play queen e7. Now whatever you do, it is lost. What did I do here? I just jettisoned here. Knight f6. Fast attack. How should black continue the game now? My question to all of you: how should black continue? Getting a good position is not easy, and after that you have to execute correctly. There comes Virabhadra Singh and Tirth Parmar. Sacrifice. Perfect. You know, there is always a choice. You can play a passive move or you can go for an active move. I think this is working because the pieces is coming one after another. Tempo mein aa raha hai. King into you. Now you take with the queen. This is finished. I will pick up. Of course, I am giving now three pieces for the queen, but the king position is bad. This is just bad. Here, check, and now c3 knight. Then it is terrible position. Two pieces for queen now. So you cannot take queen into. The only move you have to take with the king. But is it a good thing? A player needs a lot of guts to come in the front of the rook and discover attack when player has initiative. Another lovely move. Who is this fellow? The Raja. He's a very fantastic player. Fantastic player. अभी discover check है ही. You run. क्या रखा है? हो गया, काम हो गया, माइनस प्लस। और ऊपर से रूक भी ने बेकार जगह में, तो पोजिशन इज गॉन। सो दिस इज ए गुड प्लान, प्लीज मेक ए नोट दैट ये बायोनेट जो है ये कास्पारोव का है, कमस्की दिखा है। देन दिस इज ऑल्सो गुड वन, आफ्टर द मूव king h8. Here Sirov's knight h5 is also good move, no problem. But I feel that this is scientific, clear plus. Okay, so I leave bayonet. The third diagram I will go for Oscar Pano variation. In fact, I should show that Lee Kuan Lim and Grishchuk. ये जो है बहुत अच्छा गेम है. I must not leave this. This is a beautiful game by Grishchuk. I think I showed, no, not this. This is, though I do not recommend very sharply like this. Black better. I will leave this game. This is more complicated and will confuse you. So I will go for the next Pano. Oscar Pano played this and it is very popular at top level. In fact, I believe that ND2 is more difficult than Korchnoi variation. Now we are at a crossroad, knight e1 or knight d2. So knight e1 is the main line, Korchnoi variation. But in my opinion, this is actually because it is faster. It is preparing for a very quick action on the queen side. So this is very difficult thing. Now, for example, Fischer played this. This is not good nowadays. After Fischer's move, the rook b1, a3, b4. Plan very quick. Rook b1, he will play maybe some move knight d7 or knight e8, then b4, a3, and now maybe you will play some f5. Now you will play b4, and now we play knight f6, then he will play f3, and now you don't have to take. I mean, now at this point you will wait with rook b3. Rook b3, preparing for some coming action. It is not that easy. First of all, you defend the threat. अभी ये threat है. You defend the threat. So you play b6. Now you don't have to take. You play rook b3. The queen, you don't engage the queen now. This is doing nothing here. So rook b3, it will give a hard time. Not so easy. What is the idea that I want to open up the game? I want to bring the rook double and penetrate on the b5. Not an easy thing. So I would say Oscar Pano's idea was very good. A very fast activity on the queen side. So let us discuss some Pano's line precisely. Black must be more careful about this line. Kasparov was heavily pounding. He was heavily pounding on Gata. And this was because of their relation and criticism. Kamaski criticized openly Kasparov. So he was very angry. उसका भड़ास सब चेस बोर्ड पे ही निकाला. Now preparing for a quick opening b4 c5. I think this move is useless. There is no new. I don't understand why the bishop is not doing anything. Why you want to waste a move immediate? Why waste a move? Why? I would say go for it. Direct you go for it. So a move I cannot understand. Well, played by a 2700 player, I cannot say this is bad. So now committed. Black says I will go for the throat now. After the move, Black declares I am going for your king. रोक सके तो रोक लो. White will open up queen side बहुत स्लो. ये जो एक मूव है ना बहुत भारी पड़ता है. One move in the race बेस्ट. मैं ध्यान नहीं देगा. आई वॉन्ट पे अटेंशन. नो अटेंशन. दिस इज अनदर स्लो. अभी what happens is, if black is allowed to bring the bishop to f8, this is the target. If you want to take, I will take. Now, if you will now play knight b5, then I have to play knight. So the knight remains for passive for some time. But if you do not do this, I have time to bring the bishop f8. So suppose you delay. Now rook. अभी वो नहीं चलेगा because the bishop is ready. The knight को क्यों पीछे हटेगा? And bishop will defend the point, and then rook will come here into the king. Because main strategic point of black is to play g4. मुझे g4 चाहिए. आज नहीं तो कल, कल नहीं तो परसों. g4 चाहिए मुझे, तो ही अटैक आएगा. सो ये जो डिले रूक b1 का एक मूव वेस्ट हो रहा है, तो अभी बिशप आ गया. अभी कहां से अटैक आएगा? वेयर विल यू गेट द अटैक? I have guarded. Now c7 guarded, d6 guarded. कुछ नहीं चलेगा अभी, कुछ नहीं होगा. An ideal setup for black to prevent counter play and unstoppable attack. He has 6 pieces in attack. This is doing a job because ultimately I will sack, and this is the one ready. I am ready. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, and this is also doing a job of defense. 5 attacking pieces. अरे ये क्या हो गया बॉस? ये तो सुबह हो जाएगा. बंद करो, बंद, अभी सब बंद. He is positional. It is doing a positional maneuvering. You see, when the attack is here burning here, your positional maneuvering going on. कुछ नहीं होगा. g4 आ गया. I told you, सपोर्ट देखना नहीं है. You want pieces ready, throw g4. आपका 5 पीस रेडी है, सो डोंट काउंट. g4 आना चाहिए. आ गया. मारेगा? नहीं मारेगा तो f3 आएगा, g3 आएगा. सपोज यू इग्नोर, ऐसा कुछ आएगा सपोज, देन आई विल प्ले g3. अब ऐसा कुछ आएगा ना, ये क्वीन को यहां तैनात कर देना है और यहां हिट हिट. तो अभी ऐसा करेंगे, नाइट आ जाओ. नाइट कहाँ जाएंगे? नाइट आ जाओ. तो ये यहाँ कुछ करेगा, तो ये आ जाओ, आ जाओ. ये साक मारेगा. ये मारने वाला हूं मैं. जो करना है करो, जो करना है करो बाबू. रूक रेडी है, मेरा रूक रेडी है, नाइट रेडी है. मारेगा और g2 करेगा, खत्म कर देगा, किस्सा खत्म कर देगा. सो हियर अटैक इज कमिंग, so you cannot allow g3. मारा तो अभी नाइट. नाउ एक्चुअली नोट, प्लीज नोट that you do not fall for pawn. अभी pawn for pawn, ये मारा तो ऐसा मत सोचो. your target is king, so ये pawn पर नजर रखो. so knight coming. now if you play टाइम पास करेगा तो मारेगा और knight will enter. now the queen will enter. साक पे साक आएगा, h5 आएगा. so you can't play s3, तो रुक b3 करेगा. आइडिया डिफेंडिंग द थर्ड रैंक. करो करो, डिफेंस करो करो. एंड नाउ ओपन दिस साइड. हो गया काम, काम खत्म. आई थिंक ये खेला और आफ्टर वन बाय वन सब जाएगा, सब जाएगा. ये पॉन नहीं मर रहा है बिकॉज ऑफ चेक. ये जो है d6 पॉन इनडायरेक्टली डिफेंडेड. खत्म, खत्म हो गया. बिकॉज इफ यू प्ले किंग इनटू, मुझे मैं अभी ये मार के, रूक का डिफेंस है इसको. सो रूक डिफेंडर को उड़ा, ये मारेगा. अब ये चेक दो, मारेगा, ये दामा चेक मेट हो जाएगा, मेट हो जाएगा. सो यू कैनॉट प्ले व्हाट एवर यू डू, इट इज लॉस्ट. ये खत्म हो गया. नाइट इनटू s2, एंड दैट टू Kasparov विल नॉट मिस दैट आफ्टर ऑल. खत्म. व्हाट एवर यू डू, इट इज लॉस्ट. Okay, so this is a good model, sir. Fisher won with those, now with the engine. So new ideas work because an instant remedy is prepared against those. I will tell you, Max, if you now use the engine, let us say you Tal has played many brilliant games. So उनका जो 1500 all games are brilliant. Suppose you put all those games to engine will refute all the sacrifices. Engine will refute that. Tal admitted, Tal said there are two type of sacrifice. One is a correct sacrifice and one my sacrifice. There are two types. One is a correct sacrifice. That means Tal admitted his sacrifices were not 100% correct, but he liked it because in the given time 2 घंटे के अंदर प्लेयर को 40 मूव करना है and he has to calculate lot of correct moves variations. He has to find correct defense. So दो ही प्लेयर टाल को पनिश करते थे, सिर्फ दो प्लेयर. हु आर दे? Victor Korchnoi and Polgas. They knew that Tal was giving on instinct. So they were actually waiting for him and they were preparing the counter attack in advance. Another player is Petrosian, but Polgaski and Korchnoi beat Tal almost regularly. The score with Korchnoi, Tal had a very bad minus score, but towards end he became matured and beat him. And Polgaski also the same style, calculating all variations, which was not counted by Tal. So if you put engine, Fischer sacrifices also. For example, I told you in the line Fischer played c5 here in the opening here nd2. Now Fischer played this sort of, which is bad. He was doing c5, which I do not recommend that player to play c5. Where ready-made plan is coming nowadays. So I recommend here that you play ne8. Don't play c5 move. So after ne8, this you transpose the very active play. Okay. Now I showed you Gary Kasparov. Now then Korotilov versus Grishko. It's also a good game. Korotilov was the coach of the Russian women team. Grandmaster Korotilov is good coach. It's a good coach. Now, of course, a move like a5 is not bad. Don't play where opponent is strong. White is strong on queen side. So don't do anything there. Play on your where you are strong. f5. ध्यान मत दो. Now f4. White plan is clear now. He wants to play g5. He wants to move the rook f7, bf8. Now his plan is clear. Rook f8, bishop g7 and rook g7. This is the plan. And then knight g6. Then knight g6. This is, he will get set up everything okay. And you do anything g3, g4, all this will be helping black. Any opening on king side, white will suffer. White will repent. Yeah. So welcome. Now the threat has come. So he is not giving me time. You know, in Gata Kamaske Kasparov, he had played this move. So rook f7 was there. When rook b1, rook f7, now I could have played bishop f8. Suppose rook was here, bishop f8 is fantastic. But now not giving time. There are three here. At this point, 1, 2, 3. So I must bring knight now. Unfortunately, it is a necessity. Oh yeah. Abhi now rook g7 will come and knight will come and g4 will come. Thematic break. Thematic break in King's Indian. Hello Devam. It is good afternoon, not morning now. Ab abhi late utha aap. So this is good afternoon. Okay. So here comes c6. Abhi, the point is you should keep it closed. Suppose you take pawn into pawn, then you get a square. Knight d5 will come. So don't give opponent some room. Close it. अभी ये आएगा तो हम मार देंगे. मार दो. नहीं तो वो मारेगा. He will take and play knight into rook is hanging. ये करेंगे तो मार मार के rook a7 आएगा. So just this is a bad move, so better take. Okay, I agree that there is black has now a weakness and this weakness. लेकिन ये सबसे बड़ा वीकनेस है. यहाँ ज्यादा से ज्यादा तुम एक पॉन लेगा या पीस लेगा, यहाँ तो मौत. डेथ इज वेटिंग फॉर व्हाइट किंग. डेथ विश. अरे वो G4 आएगा, तुम कुछ भी करो, अभी G4 तो आने वाला है. नेक्स्ट आई विल थ्रो दैट. काउंट नहीं करेगा. आ गया, उसने भागा. भागो भागो. आ गया. You take anything, take the knight H4 will come, queen will come, पार्टी फिनिश हो जाएगा. डोंट डू एनीथिंग हियर. भागा, कहां तक भागेगा? भागेगा तो कहां तक भागेगा? G2 को बचाओ. रुक G1 नहीं चल रहा है. रुक G1 it will not work. Queen G5 will come. So भागा, खत्म हो गया. अभी बचाओ. अभी नाइट का आएगा, नाइट E3 आएगा, F3 डिस्कवर को बचाओ. अभी ये ऑल दीज आर बैड मूव्स. इफ यू प्ले ऑल दिस थिंग, दीज आर पैसिव मूव्स एंड बैड. सो भाग गया, हो गया, लॉस्ट. पासपॉन है फोर का. एनीवे अटैक विल कंटिन्यू. द पोजीशन इज गॉन. मारो. क्वीन जा रहा है, चेक में जा रहा है. ये क्वीन ये चेक में जा रहा है. खत्म. ओवर. इट्स ऑल ओवर. वेरी नाइस गेम बाय ग्रिस्चू. तो प्लीज मेक ए नोट दैट इफ यू डू, ये जो है कहां तक गया था, इन D2 pano. Here this is after the move, this is absolute waste of time. So this will give me a decisive tempo. नहीं किया तो अभी चलेगा, चलेगा, चलेगा. नाउ चलेगा. नाउ नाइट. And now the threat, I have to defend. Suppose you are not playing, you are playing move like king H1. In this case, I will play rook, and now it is too late. Perfect. Now the knight will come for attack. So here to play to force my knight coming back. Chalega. This is minus. Very nice game. The system method, it was a blitz game, but I am showing you the setup. My intention is to showing you the setup. Let us say a game by Hikaru Nakamura, and also a good game. Well played by Hikaru. Now threat has come. B5. If you play B5, I will play bishop F8. Now bishop F8 will come. So he plays. This is too slow. Now D6 point, guard karo. I think this could have been defended. There is, but Nakamura is a totally, absolutely different type of player. He just wants wild game. It's a very wild game player. Okay. Now S3 will not work. A sacrifice will come quickly. If you play S3, अभी क्या होगा कि he will play knight coming there, knight coming and sack. The knight आएगा. You should see that Nasdor's game from Zurich's 1953. Zurich's 1953 candidates. नाजडॉर्फ ने एक नाइट को यहां तैनात किया, दूसरा नाइट किया और साक मारा. दिस इज ऑल्सो ग्रेट. So here this is bad. So in the game, this is very wild. I would advise you play bishop F8, more composed game. I solid and rook will come. Rook will come next, and now the G4 will come. Attack. This is a safe way to play. But Hikaru is a wild man. Okay. Hello, Mukund Agarwal. This is not theory, not theory. I will give you the correct theory tomorrow. This I am showing the last session for model games of Kings India. Theory tomorrow. About 7 or 8 variations I will give you. The correct moves updated. Okay. So I go for Hebden. ये भी अच्छा गेम है. Mark Hebden, only Kings Indian defense player. No problem. Now he gets a different setup. Hebden. The point is now I am defending the d6.3 times. So how many can you get? Now if you play knight b5, I have no problem. I have three. And you take and you play pawn push. You take and you push the pawn. I am already defending. Your third piece, third attack will not come. And in the meanwhile, I will start rook g8 and advance g5, g4. So this is good setup also. Not bad. Though it is an old game, I like the setup, the concept. अरे बंद हो ये क्या कर दिया मैंने ये रुक c1 this is slow अभी h5 g4 cannot be stopped he wants to enter c7 c8 already you are feeling the heat so making d6 over protected taking the pawn is bad over protected attack is coming now यहाँ ज्यादा से ज्यादा एक पॉन जाएगा पीस जाएगा कुछ नहीं यहाँ पर अटैक आ रहा है नाउ टेक द पॉन एंड नाउ यू कैन दो रूक को तैनात करो इधर क्वीन को तैनात करो वेरी वेल प्लेड ओके द होल आइडिया नाउ यहाँ पे डबल अटैक यहाँ पे अभी यहाँ एक दो प्रेशर है तो द मोमेंट ही प्लेड इट यू हैव टू अलर्ट वो बुरी नजर से देख रहा है ये बुरी नजर से देख रहा है बिशप को तो डिफेंड करो हो गया अभी कोई टारगेट नहीं है और वहां नाइट चेक और रुक आएगा एंटर होगा बैट हो जाएगा काम खत्म आइडिया नाइट इनटू चेक आइडिया क्वीन जी नाइट इनटू नाइट एंड क्वीन जी3 फिनिश आइडिया सो रिजाइन कर दिया अभी यहाँ पे होगा यू कैनॉट टेक विद द क्वीन g1 मेट यू कैनॉट टेक द बिशप e2 मेट and if you move the knight into pawn will finish so this is also a nice game and I have seen that game gm michael rode against line तो तीनों पीस है दो रूक और क्वीन को जी फाइल में रेडी किया ब्लैक से so with this I will leave that pano variation okay so this is a model game Grishchuk and Kasparov but this is very quickly you come model game and this is extremely good if you are allowed you play this rook this is a fantastic setup rook is coming all black pieces are ready totally minus plus can you show nimjo indian tomorrow I have already discussed max I have already discussed how to play nimjo indian in my earlier lectures so if you go back and search in gujarat chess association website I have already done nimjo indian Naka sacked queen 6 times. I'll have to see that. I'll have to see against Gelfand 2010. I have to see that. So there is only one variation left now. That is Korchnoi. एक ही वेरिएशन बचा है Korchnoi. Yeah, please see my earlier episode. I have given introduction to Nimzo Indian and I have covered how to play black side. I have not done queen white side. I have done only for black side. So here let us see. I will take you to first the line. Ah, this is the one. So main line, Korchnoi variation. Now it is a speed. Now white plan is to quickly opening. White ND3, bishop coming, rook C1, C5 and open. White wants a quick opening of C line and sometime you can play NB5. This is one of the idea. The other idea here to play bishop E3. Then you play F5, he plays F3, you play F4, then bishop coming, and then G5, ND3, Rook C1, A4, all this comes. I will discuss this main line later. So for the time being, let us see the line which is very dull. The King's Indian, is a very sharp line, but players do not like the sharpness. So they want to just some cold water treatment. They want to like wood pushers. There are some wood pushers. They want to exchange everything in the line F3. Idea: you play F5, I will play G4. Ready to exchange pieces. G4. This position I am going to discuss. This is not an easy game. Now it is very difficult because here the pieces of black are cramped compared to the regular line. Now it is cramped. So I will discuss this. First it caught my attention when I was playing one Grandmaster tournament in Coimbatore. I mean, it was a strong tournament where Viswanathan Anand became Grandmaster. He got his third norm. His first norm was in Baguio World Junior. Now, in those days, they were giving only GM norm, not GM title. Now, if you become a World Junior champion, direct GM title. So, Anand got his first norm in World Junior. His second norm was in Delhi GM tournament where I also played. His third norm was in Coimbatore. So in that particular tournament, Grandmaster Tipse, that time he was not Grandmaster, and he had a lot of problem with Hungarian GM Peter Lukacs. Peter Lukacs is currently Hungary's best chess coach. You can say that what Doreski was doing, you can say not at that high level, but he is a great coach. Fantastic understanding of positional chess, and he has trained a lot of top people. Peter Lukacs. So that game also maybe I will show you. That game also. Do I have that game? I think let us see. Let us have a look. I remember that game. लुकाक्स पीटर लुकाक्स नहीं है तो उसका स्पेलिंग में शायद गड़बड़ है मे बी आई विल सी इन टिप्सेस गेम वो भी नहीं है क्या टिप्से कुछ कुछ गड़बड़ है आई थिंक लुकाक्स वाज वाइट नो यू आई गेस दिस इज द वन so we get to the main position knight e1 and now f3 g4 now king h8 so grandmaster tipse was a very well prepared player in the opening stage. So he showed very good understanding and equalized also. In my opinion, after the move, knight, and he played correct moves. Correct. In my opinion, the position is equal. All this maneuvering we've seen, the idea of king h8 making a room, and here I think here onwards it drifted. The opening he has equalized, but here onwards it drifted. I think this is not the best move, probably. Now, because what is the use of queen? If you want to play bishop f6, then why waste that time? Why queen e7? Direct bishop f6 would come. Okay. Now I think it's not good. Black is inferior now. There is no immediate plan is coming. Now white has one-sided approach. The b6 square big and the position the king is safe. There is no attack. So one should not get into such positions. And I think it went on like this. Black trying to open up, and once the bishop is gone, it is another drawback that you cannot sacrifice. White opened up. Now he wants to run away. He wants to run away. Where are the sack? Bishop is watching g4. So there is no attack. And the queen side is completely gone for black. White is already having a big upper hand on the queen side. Finish. The point is the rook exchange sacrifice. The queen will black queen is trapped now. Now after take, queen has only one square. Now g5. Suddenly the queen has no room. And now the king will block. And it is a lost position. So the whole point is in the opening stage it was okay. But they mishandled the position as the game somewhere around 18-19 move. I think the position is okay position. This is not bad. Not bad position. Let us see how it went on in other Grandmaster games which I have selected. अरे ये मैं mix कर दिया. Okay, never mind. This one. Here, first see uh, f3 g4. Okay. So king h8 is good move. It is not compulsory you have to play king h8, but it is a safe move. Now this is not correct. White is trying to stop by playing g5. Idea rook h1. Notice the pawn takes pawn is bad. If you will play pawn takes pawn, black will play pawn into this pawn, and black is better. The king will come in danger. So you cannot afford to do that. I want to open up. It is minus plus because what we call a Taras formula. This knight will not come back into the game easily. Now I have set and ready to open up. No bishop h6. White has no easy plan now. No entry. He wants to come and exchange the queen. No way. कुछ नहीं प्लान ही नहीं मिल रहा है व्हाइट को. Oh yeah, I will open up the game now. Minus plus. And if you play g5, I am going to play pawn into e4 and rook f4. g5 is bad. Then capture on e4 and rook f4, h4 pawn in trouble. Minus. गणपत हो गया. So you need to keep the game fluid and open. Okay, this is important and not close the position. So very nicely played by Timur Razdavo. Here, black does not play king h8. I would recommend king h8 is a safe way to play. But modern grandmaster, they don't want to waste time. Let the storm come, then we will see. So this is also not bad. Now I ultimately has to play. Please make note that don't do this passive move. These are, it will stop temporarily. You will stop and rook b1 and b4 will come. So these are passive moves. Don't do that. I want to open up and sack also if necessary. Now c5. Oh yeah. Black will force open capture on d5. Any capture on b5 will lead to d5 fracture. I will soften the d5 square. b5 नहीं मार सकता है. अभी b5 d5 जाएगा तो गेम जाएगा. दिस इज वेरी बैड. माइनस प्लस. चारों तरफ अभी ओपन ही ओपन. इसका देखो हवा. ये है ना. ये देख रहा है इसको. ये तो गया. So after tactics, what should be aim? You know, tactics is servant to strategy. I should not use the word. Tactics is subordinate to strategy. Strategy means what to do. Tactics means how to do. For example, in this position, my strategy is to attack the king. I should plan to attack the king. Tactics is how to do. So tactics आएगा. Strategy decided ये करो. Boss बोला attack करो. तो you have to attack. Boss is always right. Now open हो गया. Now there is a e4 पे पंचर है. अरे ये क्या होगा अभी. कुछ ध्यान मत दो इधर. खत्म. Tactics. ओपन कर दिया अभी. f3 is crumbling. ये सब नहीं चलेगा. नहीं चलेगा. खत्म हो गया. Already the position, it is not a end game, it is still middle game going on. Middle game without queens. Material is equal, but black has center, black has open line, black has superior king. ये तो अटैक लगेगा. अभी क्या है. कुछ अच्छा मूव नहीं है व्हाइट के पास. माइनस. माइनस प्लस. कुछ हिलता नहीं है. बिशप c4 का कोई अच्छा जगह नहीं है. b4 नहीं हिल रहा है. नाउ बिशप इज कमिंग. नाइट वर्सेस बिशप. अभी नाइट हिलेगा ही नहीं. माइनस प्लस. So this is also a nice way to play. That modern player, they play a cheat later on. I would show. Amanato is a great player and a great coach. He came to frequently to India, and some Indian students under his training have gone very high. Some Indian students, I would say he trained 2 3 people from Orissa and one from Pune, Abhimanyu Puranik, and then he trained a lot of other people, South also. Very strong coach and good player. So the idea, you have to decide option. N-pass will give me life. If you do not N-pass, your queen side has become slow. A critical moment. He is improving the Fisher variation at different that Pano. Fisher what used in Pano, he is using that idea. N-pass will be bad. Then you get E6 square for the bishop. So now rook on G1 looks funny. Now rook on G1 has no job to do. So in knight G6, knight f4. It is also an interesting idea. Now knight is coming. And black has bad piece. E2 is not good. The redundant knight on D3. These two pieces are poorly placed. Even the knight is doing what? Nothing. Welcome. Open the G5. H5. Welcome. Queen H4 check है. So Queen H4 check रोको. Temporary, because after taking, finish. The position is very bad for white. So this is also a nice way to handle that. Amanato used the Fisher's idea in a different variation. Good move. So I would like to go for one more line in this and leave here. I would say I would say these two games I will show. This I have already showed that game. These two games are remaining. John Nunn, he wrote a book on King's Indian Mainline. He has written many books, good author. I liked his writing because he was always giving the perfect analysis for any kind of doubt. So in this his approach of writing I appreciated. No problem. No problem. You are give the bishop into the c5. Wonderful. Welcome to open up. Now this is bad. If you try to play like this will give you minus plus. The pieces are badly placed. e4 पॉइंट को गार्ड करो तो क्वीन c2 आएगा तो g4 का क्या होगा so you cannot play queen d2 very careful you need to be careful about the weak points so he plays bishop d7 no here rook here now he plays bd7 now b3 is correct move all points are in but now black shows correct plan waiting I have to do something till white commits now white has now one bad piece ये bad piece है or this also at the moment this also not doing it's two bad pieces nice if you allow nb3 nd4 you have to watch all the time b4 nb3 will come ये सब नहीं चलेगा very well played by Farooq no this is none a thematic move I have done Botvinnik Pomar then I showed 2 3 games I showed 2 3 games Keller Pilnik this sort of pawn sack and seizing a central square defending the knight as well minus plus you don't need any more discussion so पीस घुस गया अभी ब्लैक स्क्वायर में मरेगा so and now knight has entered with complete wrap up okay so I leave this and this game also attracted my attention the setup idea is very good okay you please remember this is something like Peter Lukacs versus Grandmaster Tipsy but he uses a different concept here h5 so he has closed it in the game of Grandmaster Tipsy it was not like that so he has closed it idea unstoppable h5 break rook h6 now I'm going to open up the h line for me so you better run for your life now knight will come to h4 perfect white cannot generate play so quickly and black is already having big initiative race in the race good not with the pawn the bishop is blocking and doing a job कुछ नहीं होगा you can take the bishop no problem अभी ये गेम में ये तो हार गया अभी आई डोंट नो बट फर्दर कोर्स नहीं है ये ड्रॉ है बट आई थिंक इट इज बैड यू नो रशियन लोग का बहुत सारी कुछ उनका बीच में बहुत कुछ सेट हो जाता है so I leave this the plan is rook h6 is good so please make a note of this setup this setup I leave this last variation that Korsunoi line so g5. So this is the main position I will discuss now. I will write back. Yes, yes, Ramakrishna. I have played against Anup Desmukh. Probably two games only, three games, maybe one win and two draws. I won one game and drew two games. Anup Desmukh is a very talented player. He deserved to become a GM, but did not get opportunity in those days. A great player, very good in complication, very calm, and a thorough gentleman. A thorough gentleman, Anup. Okay, in my time, I played. I had good score with many contemporary players, except I had bad score with one or two players. Netherlands players I had plus. I was a very fast player. Okay, so first let us see the game of Korchnoi and Garibay Kasparov. So here, after this move, now both are. This is a good move. Why it is a good move? I must tell you. I must tell you why it's a good move. For example, now the bishop is very important for attack. For black, this is a very important piece because when you play h3, many times I give a sack. Many times. Because h5, h4, queen coming, and you will try to stop, then the bishop and bishop also helps to play g4. So bishop is doing two things, helping black for the g4 pawn break and helping black when it tries to close I open sacrifice. So this is a very very important piece for black. And now, for example, you play knight b5. For example, I will play this. And now if you play knight here, because the bishop is gone, you can play rook into. अब ये bishop गणपत हो गया है. Ganpat. So that means on knight b5, a6 you have to return. But if you return, isn't it a good idea pawn here? Now if you return, what about this pawn? This is not participating now. It is very good if pawn is already there. Then I can play a5. If the pawn is already at a4, I can play a5, b4, b5. So that is the reason for this maneuver, white wants a4 in advance. Idea, next he will play knight b5. In the event of a6, I will go back to a6, keeping the pawns free. So, ready for activity. c5 break. White has two plans here. He can play rook c1, preparing for the break, and b4 c5, or go direct in b5. Take. This is actually maybe you can take this also. This is also interesting idea. Directly. Okay. So he goes h3. Idea actually, white wants to open a diagonal square. कुछ तो open करो. Now if you play b6, it is bad. ये bad move है क्योंकि anyway a5 will come and open up. और ये दो pawn के लिए एक piece दे भी देगा. Now if you play some, there is no room. You have to come, then AB, then you have to take. This is bad. Then ये rook को तैनात करके दो pawn के लिए दे देगा, creating pass pawns. The knight is coming. So here it is b6 is bad, and this is also bad move because अभी knight आएगा इधर, ये queen आएगा इधर, ये bishop आएगा, सब ये सब तकलीफ है. These are all problems for temporarily, but there is a lot of square diagonal files. So it is important that he plays here a5. अभी final, last and final call. You better take or next move b6. This is the last call for white. My dear friend, please take pawn or b6 will close for a long time. At least for 5-7 moves, I don't have to worry. And after b6, I will play g4. I will not count the control. I'll just play g4. So take. No problem. This is also good. ध्यान मत दो. You can take that pawn. You can take that g4 break. I ready for g4 break. Rook is ready to come, and unstoppable g4 will come now. सब कुछ all ready for attack. Now h line. He wants to enter rook h7, queen h6. अभी ये तो basic attack. Basic attack. Just a minute. I will write back. Okay. All right. I think I played one of the smoke. One was agreed draw in 1990. 1990 Pondicherry. It was a quick agreed draw, and then I played Anup in one rapid tournament in Sangli where I beat him. I was the champion of the tournament, Rapid Sangli, and also I was champion in Pondicherry where I agreed draw. And one national challenger, we played a very complicated game and that ended in a draw in Mumbai. So Kripya Parmar, good afternoon. So this is just simple. 1-2. Now Rook h7 is coming. भागता कहाँ है? He wants to run away king f1. भागता कहाँ है? Idea, you come here, bishop check. Knight into check. आता कहाँ है? Idea bishop g3 and queen has to check. So he wants to gain time. Basically, this if you next move bishop g3 is coming, queen s2. So he divert the queen. At least for one move. Gaining one move. हो गया. Check checkmate. Design. So this is a very interesting concept. You know. Now let me show you some more games. This is a main line. Korsunai. Not to underestimate the line. A modern young grandmaster, you know, Cheparino, Ivan Cheparino, a new concept. You cannot give me the bishop. Black square bishop you can't give. So c7 under attack. I forget c7. Go after the throat of white king. You can take one pawn aiming to take the important bishop. I don't want to give. The bishop, M bishop, ये महत्व bishop. This bishop will work for g4 break and for sacrifice when he plays this I want to sack. So bishop is very important. जरूरत पड़ने पर रुक into knight दे देगा. Okay, want to attack. So ignore that. Attack is coming. Idea अभी attack will unstoppable. यहाँ अभी क्वीन साइड में क्या हो रहा है? कुछ नहीं. You can come and win the pawn. ये allowed है. कुछ होगा ही नहीं. Okay, you do not take that. Anyway, attack is coming. Not that you are helping. Anyway, attack will come. Threat. Now G3 is under problem. Bishop D1 coming there. Idea knight check. Idea knight F7 check. तो मार के दे दो. So finish. It will lead to mate or heavy material loss. Lost. After the move rook into, he will play. I mean bishop G2, bishop E2 check, and this is lost. So a modern player. So compared to Kasparov game, this is more interesting. You see, Kasparov played the regular line A4 and he played this all the slow game like this F5. So it's a modern game and Korchnoi is a great player in this line. See, he beat Zaizun 3 times white side. That also I will show you. Quickly I will show you that. So this is a very good idea. Now going directly opening the game. Pawn into pawn will be bad. Pawn takes pawn is bad. These are weak moves. After you play, he will play some knight move and then d6. ये break आएगा. Bad. So you should play knight into. Oh, this is bad position already. So this is a modern approach. Now I will show Rajnavo Nakamura. Nakamura is white. Timur is black. So I stop close temporarily. You cannot stop the opening of white on the queen side. Temporary. शायद ये कुछ गड़बड़ है. I think there is something is wrong in the, this is not the side. This is not. I think something is wrong. I will leave this because data में corrupt है. Okay. So if you play knight here, and I will play a6. Now if you play like this, I will bishop here. अभी क्या है? You can play some a4, b5, b4. a4 with the idea b5, b4 is a possibility. So these are also variations I have seen. For example, now whose move? Bishop here. He can play rook here. Now if you come like this, he may be able to give a piece. Now take. This will give some complication. A4, b5, queen side. Some game it has happened to pass pawns, but not exact this diagram. I must tell you, this is also a possibility. Players should not ignore. So knight coming, rook coming. It's really giving a threat now to entire. The idea is to play a6, a5, and then here so that bishop will be coming with a deadly effect. A5 necessary. Suppose you play a careless move, then he will be squeezed. Now pawn push knight here, bishop here, bishop coming. This will be squeezing completely. Bad position. The rook will enter now. Okay. So these are not a good idea to go into such positions. So avoid that complication. So he plays here in advance bishop d7. A7 pawn is irrelevant. If you take A7 pawn, irrelevant. Tal has given such sacrifices. White black attack is unstoppable because the queen is coming. In the event of h3, then sack will come. His threat is queen h4. तो एक ही मूव रहेगा h3 बिशप सैक हो गया काम डंप द नाइट डंपिंग ग्राउंड हो गया अभी वो नाइट मारेगा तो मरेगा नहीं मारेगा तो भी मरेगा स्टॉप द काउंटर प्ले एंड रिटर्न अच्छा आइडिया है आइडिया ये थ्रेट है नाउ दिस इज द थ्रेट हो गया किस्सा खत्म yeah Korchnoi played mainly d4 player Manish Radia Praveen Tipse I have got a bad score maybe we might have played about 25 games and about 12 or draw maybe 10 12 or draw and I had two wins and all bad result but most of the game were I was trying to win all the time always that was a bad thing I did so I had a bad result then I decided I will not try to win just hold on so then last 10 12 encounters only draw last time I lost win maybe long many years back probably 1988 88 80 88 only 1988 or 89 somewhere the last time I lost to him thereafter then all encounters ended in draw but earlier rounds some I tried to win too much dead positions I will try to stretch and lose I had bad score with another one or two player but not because of any superiority in game but trying to stretch too much okay so let me take you so this is good game Piquet Kasparov a theoretical game Jaron Piquet was a student of Korchnoi. Jaron Piquet was, he took lot of tips under training of Korchnoi. So he played many of the lines analyzed by Korchnoi. Advantage. So he picked up this line. Now, C7 point. The rook is watching C7 point. So even if you bring knight here, the rook cannot enter. One. The second, the D6 point is guarded by bishop. That means black has a free hand now. Rook g7 and then g4 and attack the king. No problem. No attack. Now here the attack is faster. You cannot give me e4 pawn. I think I showed this. Maybe I showed this. I showed this here. Okay, grandmaster. So this is too slow. Now in such a structure, white is unable to open up. B5 will be met with A5. Now if white plays B5, I will close it. And if you play A5, A4, A5, I will close it. Whereas you cannot close this side. Now knights are coming quickly. This knight is coming, this knight is coming, and now the queen is coming. So the bishop is ready. So you cannot close the side. He said, actually, you can play a5. You can play a5. There is no danger. But Black thinks that there is no need to waste time. Already, he wants to finish the game in speed. You can't allow queen h5. हो गया काम. यहाँ चारों तरफ ओपन ही ओपन है. शाबाश. इसका खत्म. अब ये तो नहीं बचे. h5 h4 आ रहा है. Whatever you will do is bad. d3 square, a2 pawn, then h5. ये नहीं बचेगा. Actually, you need not save the bishop. In my opinion, you need not worry about the bishop. You should continue. But anyway, he has a different plan in mind. The idea now the pawn is free. I mean supported. The rook will have a free hand. Attack. A good game by Timur. Minus plus. Even this game also is nicely played. You can't take that pawn. Pawn into pawn. Knight h4 will come, and that h pawn h3 all the square weak. Welcome to take my pawn. Now the simple plan, bishop coming and rook h7. This is also good. Very nice. अभी जाएगा तो जाएगा कहाँ? किंग f2 आएगा तो भी गेम चलेगा. किंग f2 किंग कुछ नहीं चलेगा. Discover check. I go away from discover. I want to keep the h8 for the queen. So I don't want to play king h8. माइनस प्लस. अभी रूक पे डबल. रूक डबल हो जाएगा यहाँ पर और स्टैक भी आएगा. माइनस प्लस. मार के ये एंट्री. दिस इज इमीडिएट थ्रेट इज टेक एंड क्वीन एंट्री. सो रोका. आइडिया b5. Idea queen b6 check. This is story is over. So I will tell you that these are not easy. I am telling you I cannot say that against Korsunay variation black cats. I think the Korsunay variation white is little better, but you have to all the time aim. For example, as I told you in the Kasparov Korsunay game, this bishop is very important. So white has ready-made plans. He can play rook c1, a4, a5. He can play b4, c5, knight d3. Any very fast it is coming. You don't take it for granted that ये जो मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ सब this will everything. For example, let us see two modern games between two great players of modern chess. White is So Wesley is 2779 and black is 2814. Standard. He need not fear. I don't need to waste time because when the threat comes, imagine there is a knight coming here, threat comes, then I should defend bishop f8. So there is no threat. So why waste time with bishop f8? Correct. Now c7 there is no entry. So if you play knight a6, I will save the bishop. Knight a7, I will save the bishop. I won't give the c8 bishop. Now this problem advantage, if the pawn was here, then white is very happy. In case the pawn is here, knight a3 with a good position. Idea knight c4. But now the pawn is not participating. So ये Taras formula हो गया. The reason is now white positionally wants to come to the square. This is his idea. Once you eliminate, attack will slow down. So I will not allow. ये पॉन विन कुछ नहीं होगा, ये फास्ट अटैक, नो थ्रेट येट, देयर इज नो थ्रेट. ओके, खत्म. Attack will come unstoppable. So Nakamura won the game. Beautifully played. Just open the line. What a shot! One after another is playing this back rank, back rank, playing in the style of Kasparov. अभी ये कुछ नहीं होगा, यहाँ तो नीचे मरेगा, मरेगा, मर जाएगा, कुछ नहीं कर सकता है. ये मारेगा तो मेट हो जाएगा, ये मारेगा तो चेकमेट हो जाएगा. इधर गया तो मेट, मारा तो भी मेट, खत्म. So very well played. So these are the things you should look. The not everybody will give material फटाफट दे देगा ऐसा. Not दे देगा G4 F3 knight E4. So this is a blitz game. So I leave this. Now I will show you to warn you. The time तो हो गया, फिर भी वो पर्सनल का 3 गेम में दिखाएगा वो वेरिएशन में. You should know about it. Korchnoi variation, 3 games of Korchnoi. Zaizun. अभी ये देखो, I will show the specific problems for black. So you should be aware of it. So we start race. There are many moves. I want to open A4, knight B5, good plan. Rook C1, NB5, good plan. This is also good plan. I want to throw, now attack quickly. Take. Now I have got 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 watching the square. So G4 break, I am not allowing so quickly. Now he is threatening to play, black is threatening to play G4. So G4 कैसा आएगा? ये pawn मर जाएगा. G4 you cannot play. I will take it and win material. That means if you take it is bad. It is bad. Now if you push, I will play A5. If you close, I will play A5. And if you play this is bad. Taking this is bad. So A5. Forced. Now pawn and 2. Now the point is, now I will close the line. Okay, if you give white 3, 4, if you give black 3, 4 moves, he will generate attack. But before that, he has to continuously watch this pawn here because the rook is unprotected. And I want to give knight coming here and give the piece fall. So there are a lot of problems he has to face. Overprotecting the E4 square. And also please note the maneuver. Not only overprotecting, he is ready to defend rook on the second rank or queen on the second rank. Defense. That second rank defense. So मेरा E4 point is defended 3 times, 2 times. So no problem. Second rank and defended. तो अटैक के लिए बहुत टाइम जाएगा. E4 pawn reminding और ये कर देगा तो सुखी हो जाएगा. If you do this, I will be happy. Close again. End of the attack. Second rank guarded, no attack. If there is no attack, means black is gone. Attack is the only best medicine for black. अगर अटैक नहीं है तो ये पोजीशन गया. तो अटैक कहां से आएगा? exchange pieces. हो गया. Now I am ready to hit knight and knight. सब कुछ बंद. ये कुछ नहीं होगा. Now block. Actually I can just block with the king also. I don't say attack. It's coming. कोई attack नहीं and white won the game. Now g4 is not coming. Not here, not here, not nowhere. Now my rook is joining the attack. So कुछ नहीं कर सकता है. So this is a type of win. But I will tell you, it is the black player. Okay, black is 2-5-2-8 at that time. But a stronger player will not allow such positions. They will find a way to crack. So next two games of Zaizun. So that I will show you the danger too. Now, this is not a good idea. Trying to slow down white on the queen side. The other plan is rook b1, a3, b4. But this is faster. You must take. You cannot allow a pass pawn. I want to play pawn into pawn and create a pass pawn on d5. So this must compulsory. This is bad. Not a good idea. d4 will come now. So there is no king side attack. There is no king side attack. B line already opened up. So white will generate play on the queen 5, b5. Attack का नामो निशान नहीं है अभी. This is bad. So this is gone. Positionally only. The next game नहीं, ये तो जाइजून का गेम कर रहा हूँ. ये जाइजून. So a4. Good idea. Idea c5. This is a gambit, but I told you that even at the cost of a pawn, white wants to open the queen side. White को queen side open करना है. Now, for example, if you play pawn into pawn, अगर आप ये करोगे तो मैं ये आएगा. Threat. अब ये आओगे तो मैं मारेगा. अब ये मारोगे मैं ये मार देगा. अरे ये चेक आ रहा है. 1 मिनट. I should not do this. If you take pawn into pawn, what will I do? ये जो किया c5. Let's see. Is it worth 2 pawns? Is it worth to take the exchange by giving 2 pawns? क्योंकि एक pawn तो जाने मिल जाएगा. Maybe when you take pawn into pawn, I will give this. Now if you take bishop into, I will give this. Now if you take this, ये तो गया. अभी this pawn is in my area. That means later on knight rook and I will take it. So I think this should be compensation. It should be good enough. That means exchange for only one pawn. Before pawn to will lose. So cannot accept that b5. So this is a good idea. We have already known the idea. b6 is not good and capture is not good. Black is trying his best. Trying best to attack on the king. So diverting. The main thing is you lose vital time or a b5, b4, all this target. Good move. What is the idea of the move? The actual idea is not the pawn. The actual idea, the rook coming to third rank for defense. The actual idea. And in the process, मैं ये pawn मार लेगा और आ जाएगा इधर. क्योंकि after you cannot give me the c8 bishop. You cannot give me c8 bishop. तो bd7 तो knight c6 आएगा. And rook is ready to come to third rank for defense. Queen attack हो गया. Desperation for attack. You need to counter attack. Attack कहां से आएगा? Where is the attack coming? अभी क्वीन साइड में गया. क्वीन साइड में तो गेम गया, वहां ये पॉन में एक क्वीन आ जाएगा, तो हो गया, हो गया काम, कोई अटैक विटैक नहीं। अभी ये कर देगा तो भी चीज अभी, नाउ आई इफ दिस इज सपोर्टेड आई वुड हैव प्लेड S3, बट नाउ आई विल नॉट प्ले, हो गया काम। अभी एक ना एक दिन, यू सी दिस इज द प्लान, Rook 1, Rook 2, Rook 3 विल कम। यहाँ कोई मेट होगा, कुछ मेट वेट नहीं। ले लो एक्सचेंज, रुक जाओ, रुक H8, बचाओ, बिशप D8 को रुक B8 आएगा, खत्म। लॉस्ट पोजिशन, फोर्स टू टेक विद द बिशप, रुक से मारेंगे तो नाइट B8, रुक से मारेंगे तो नाइट B8 आ जाएगा, तो फोर्स टू टेक विद बिशप। अब आएगा, ही विल कम 1 2 3, ही विल कम 1 2, सील कर दे, ये भी मर रहा है सब, सील करके ये आएगा। क्यों क्यों क्या है, अभी ये आया, द होल पॉइंट इज, अगर ये बैड मूव होगा, क्यों, वो चेक देके पीछे से आ जाएगा, सो यू शुड बी वेरी, शुड नॉट प्ले केयरलेस, टेक द नो चांस ऑफ काउंटर प्ले डिजाइन। So these are the games, but I will tell you that a stronger player will find a way to attack, you know. So Korchnoi variation is the main line. I am going to give you theoretical line tomorrow. The morning session I will give Black King's Indian theory. It is not from white side, only from black side. Okay. So thank you very much, friends. Hello, Dr. Sanapati. Good afternoon. D4 is for positional player and E4 for attacking players, open games and attack. I cannot say categorically why. Karpov was a E4 player, but he was a positional player. Kasparov was a D4 player, but he was an attacking player. So D4 in general is positional. E4 in general is attacking. Fischer said E4 is best by test. E4 is best by test. It is important. Okay. Thank you very much, friends. I will be back tomorrow morning at 9:30. तब तक सबको मेरा नमस्कार, टेक केयर।